Welcome to another episode of the ChamberSouth Spotlight. This show, it's about our members and for our members to get the spotlight. I'm your host, Alexander Noda from Amram Bank, and I'm so excited to be here today with a friend of mine and fellow board member of ChamberSouth, Santiago Martinez. Hey, brother, good to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Alex. I appreciate it.
Santi's a little uncomfortable today, but we're gonna make him. We're gonna have a great episode today, brother.
Yeah.
I want to start with your bio. I think you've done some incredible things in your career, and I think I want to highlight that to get the audience to understand who you are. Santi is a seasoned business development manager at RPL International. His expertise spans across recruitment, client success, e-commerce analysis, and much more. Santiago holds a master's degree in digital marketing and a bachelor's degree in marketing from Florida International University. And as I mentioned before, you're one of the newest members of the ChamberSouth board.
Correct.
Welcome to the show again, brother.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Did I miss anything that you want to add to your bio?
No, you're pretty spot on.
Awesome.
Pretty spot on. Thank you.
So
for having me.
tell me, Santi, tell me more about you.
Yeah, so I have a background in marketing. I got my my master's degree at FIU back in 2022. When I first started my professional career, it was at a clothing manufacturer, vertically scaled. So they did everything from picking the cotton all the way down to sending the final product to the big box retailers. That's where I really started, my journey as a professional. I worked there for about 5 years, and then I moved over to Telemundo. I got my first opportunity at Telemundo in marketing.
Wow.
Pandemic hits, and then what happens?
Yeah.
Part of layoffs. And so I'll never forget that my manager at the time, he had told me, you should really go into something that you love. And I love sports. Sports is a huge, impact and influence in my life. So I worked for a short time. I worked for a sports agency. And right as they were kind of on the decline, I kind of saw some things that, I knew that they were going to go under. I got out and I got into the recruitment business. So I started working for Robert Half for about 2.5, 3 years. And then, thankfully, and I'm extremely grateful, last year I started working at RPL International as a business development manager or associate. Then I got promoted to the manager. And my two goals that I really wanted to hit last year, I made happen, which was number one, getting a new job. And number two, becoming a board member for ChamberSouth.
That's amazing, man. And that's an incredible amount of success in a fairly short career. How old are you?
I'm 29.
The 29, man.
I like it.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Tell me about RPL. Tell me about what you do there. What is it that you guys do best? How do you help your clients and maximize the impact that these companies that are hiring you have through hiring you and working with you?
Of course. So RPL International is a boutique recruitment firm. Awesome. We've been in operations for about 12 years, Miami-based, mom and pop shop as well. We focus and specialize on everything that's accounting, finance, HR, and IT.
Okay.
So we help our clients fill roles that are entry-level AP clerks in accounting, let's say, for example, all the way up to a CFO. In finance, same thing, from a financial associate all the way up to a VP of finance, director of finance, and then so on and so forth on the IT side and the HR side as well.
Very cool.
When I came in last year, they didn't have an IT division. And when I was at Robert Half, I actually had about 2.5, 3 years of experience working on the IT side specifically. So they had asked me to come in and, build that IT division from the ground up. And little by little, it's been going. We started mid-year last year, and now it's finally getting some traction. We're getting some of the larger clients that we work with on the accounting and finance side to work with us on the IT side. So, it's a work in progress, but it's going very well.
Awesome.
Very well.
Tell me, you said that you guys are a boutique firm.
Correct.
What would you say it's the thing that would differentiate you guys the most from the bigger firms, bigger names? What do you guys do best?
So we take a boutique approach to a lot of things, right? We're not high volume.
Okay.
So we focus on quality over quantity.
Awesome.
That's number one. Number two, we really take the time to not only build a relationship with our clients or prospect way before they ever have a need. We also go into the environment. We like to come into the office and really understand the personalities, the team, the culture, because the more we know about who you are, who your team is, the better we can service you and find the right talent. That's not only going to be right for the job and right as far as technical skill set, but at the end of the day, personality, culture fit, that matters a lot, especially for the long-term success and the morale of a team. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's an area where we, I guess, differentiate ourselves. Another thing, what I like to do and what our recruiters like to do as well is, for the clients that don't have the best brand recognition, and want to attract top talent, we essentially act as a branch or an arm for marketing and branding. So like I said, some of these mid-level organizations or mid-sized organizations, it's hard for them to compete against well-known brands here in Miami. So what we do is we position them strategically within the recruitment service. And so we tell their story. We talk about how great their leadership team is, how great of an opportunity there is to climb in the ladder of their organization as well. And that helps us attract top talent for, the organizations that it's hard to compete against, Carnival, Lennar,
Right.
Royal Caribbean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's when they come to us and we help them. And it's, in fact, last year, in December, we placed somebody from one of the big four advisory firms into a small organization that they've already used us for 2 hires, and they're going to keep coming back to us because, they really enjoy the fact that, we take that customized approach. We know who they are. We know how to tell their story to the top talent as well. Because on the accounting side, you see a lot of people from Big Four, Big Eight. Once the busy season is over, they're ready to go into, the private side, right?
Right.
So that's where we come in for the client, and, we do what we do.
That's so cool, man. That's actually so interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me, so you spoke about a lot about relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the relationship approach. What have you done to build better relationships in this community? What do you do in that aspect?
So I want to say I'm a person that likes to help. Whether or not you want to work with me, I understand that, my job entails business development and, trying to bring in job orders essentially. But I'm a person that likes to help people whether or not we can work with each other. You know what I mean? I've run into individuals in the past where, hey, look, I can't afford your services, but I'm still looking for X person. Or maybe, hey, we don't have a need in the field of expertise where you guys, have that experience in. Let's say, for example, a sales position. We don't work on anything that's sales, right?
Okay, I see.
However, I have run into a few people that said, I'm looking for a salesperson though. So I'll go out of my own way. And if I know a salesperson looking for a new opportunity, I'll connect them together, So I don't like to think that I'm only, I guess, in ChamberSouth or within this community to gain business. This community helped me a lot when I was growing up, indirectly, right? So for me to give back to an organization or a community that helped shape who I am today is important for me. That's why I do a lot of volunteer events with, other people in ChamberSouth. That's why, I wanted to be on the board because I wanted to give back as well. So I love creating relationships. I love to network with people, whether or not, they have a need, it doesn't matter. If I can help them on a personal side, I'd usually try and help them on the personal side.
And I've realized throughout my own career that exactly what you said now, it becomes so much valuable because when you're giving without the expectation of receiving anything in return, you trigger such a huge, immense amount of reciprocity because it's like people, not only they want to help, but they also want to receive some help when they need it. So
100%.
Having that kind heart and being willing to help in any scenario, that's going to take you far, man. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I can tell you it's opened a lot of doors for me. Remember that I had told you I was planting seeds last year?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it was. Since I've started at RPL, my main goal is to network with as many people as possible, let them know who I am, if I can help them in any possibility. And, if they know someone or if they hear of something, just, consider me or consider us to work with us in the future.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
On the spirit of giving, right? We service a vast business community here in ChamberSouth and in the area of South Miami and Palmetto Bay and on all the areas that we cover. why don't you give a couple of hints, usable tips that any business could implement today to do better at recruiting top talent? Anything you could share?
Um, so I can share on the business development side.
Okay,
I
perfect.
haven't been a recruiter in a few years, so
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I can tell you this, and this is something that I spoke to a few people about recently. Emails, phone calls, text messages, they're helpful. However, what I've noticed, and especially in today's age, that everything is digital, everything is a phone call, everything is a text. It just makes things more transactional,
Right.
And so what separates me and what separates us from our competitors is that I knock on doors. I'll
Nice.
spend an entire 2 days in Blue Lagoon knocking on doors, not only visiting clients, but trying to attract new clients. And why? Because when you're in front of somebody, their demeanor is completely different. Their body language is completely different. And you get to know the real person, versus a phone call. You probably won't pick up the phone to me. You
Right.
know what I mean? Or
More impersonal.
exactly. And if I call you and I tell you, hey, I'm a business development manager for a recruitment firm, I've gotten people that just hang up on me immediately. You know what I mean? You can't do that in person.
Been there, done that.
Exactly. So I would say that that's one of probably the most major tip that I have is get out there and try and get in front of as many people as possible, because sometimes old school is the best way to do things, And back in the day, I have a mentor. He's about to retire this year, but I've learned a lot from him. And one of the things that he has instilled in me is that white glove service, that white glove touch that not a lot of people have, and that's going to meet people on site. That's wanting to network with people. That's wanting to, hey, let me go out to lunch with you and learn more about what you do, what your company does, how I can help you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And like you said, the reciprocity,
Right.
of giving back, it comes with all of this.
It's like it automatically happens. It's like magic, right?
Yeah,
Concentrate on giving, and just somehow the universe finds a way to give it back to you.
exactly.
It's incredible. So just to recap what you just said, to see if I got it right, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
If you are a business out there in the community and you're trying to get proximity to other businesses
Mhm.
to, partner up or do business together, it might be wise for you to skip doing what everybody's doing, which is just hitting the phones
Yeah.
or just emailing people and sending them weird messages on social media.
Yeah.
Maybe try visiting their business, make yourself available, show up, show them your colors, right? Because you can't hide who you are once you're there in person,
Of course.
and then that will set you apart.
100%. If they see that, not always, but if they see that you show up to their offices, you care. You know what I mean? You care enough to go to their offices and try to meet them, and they'll give you an opportunity. You know what I mean? And another thing is that if you're in the recruitment industry, things take time. This is a roller coaster. You know what I mean? So many times that I've had very high highs and very low lows. That's just how this industry works. What you have to do is have a strong mentality as far as just ensuring that things will come in time.
Discipline, brother. Yeah.
100%.
When motivation will fail you, discipline will keep you on the tracks.
100%.
So yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Because who hasn't had the peaks and valleys
Yeah.
of in career, in business, in relationships?
Mhm.
It happens. It's inevitable at points. But if you remain consistent, if you know exactly what you want to accomplish, you're gonna push through those valleys, and
Certainly.
you're gonna reach whatever peak of success you're looking for.
Definitely.
That's so valuable.
Yeah.
Tell me about in your sphere, right? In your industry, how's technology changing things right now, if at all?
Yeah. So,
Because I mean AI and all these
I was
things
about
now,
to
like
touch on that. So AI has really made things easier for me.
okay,
I've been able to automate different, I guess, tasks
okay,
that I've had in the past using AI. It makes it easier for me to customize those tailored messages to people that I'm reaching out to.
awesome,
Because it all starts with an email or a phone call. You know what I mean? And you just don't show up at somebody's office without knowing who
Yeah.
they are, what they do, etc. So my first approach whenever I'm reaching out to someone is I'll go on ChatGPT or AI will help me create a tailored message for that specific person based on either where they went to school, what their interests are on LinkedIn. So that I would say that's one approach.
So you do research on people before you show up.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, it's extremely. I would say it's extremely important to do research on who you're gonna talk to, because I myself in the past have made the mistake of not really investigating and researching who I'm talking to, and that a couple of things has happened, whether they are not the right target audience for me to go and meet them, or somebody has told me, did you not read my LinkedIn? Did you not read about me before we met?
Oh, damn.
So yeah, after that was kind of a wake up call. Hey, start doing your research every single time you meet with people. So whenever I have a lunch or a breakfast or an on-site meeting, whatever the case is, I do research on the person and their company as well.
Outside of ChatGPT, what other tools are you using? Maybe this is where we're adding value to the audience.
Of course,
because this is stuff that you could actually use in your business.
Yeah, so LinkedIn Sales Navigator. That's like
really good.
Yeah, one of the big ones that I use as well. LinkedIn Recruiter.
Okay.
They have an AI, I guess like add-on, right? To the recruitment side of things. So, for example, if I can't get something as far as like information that I need on the Sales Navigator side, I go into the AI, the recruitment side, and I'll look up the information that I need. Whether, hey, find me the accounting managers for this organization in Miami, and it'll pull up all the accounting managers for the organization in Miami, and I don't have to sift through 20 profiles looking at different titles. Oh, this is not the right person. This is the right person. You know what I mean? So that's one of the tasks that it has helped me, I guess, automate my responsibilities and my job so I can be more efficient.
Yeah. Have more time to actually do what you need
exactly
to get done.
And try and create those relationships, and you look for those relationships as well,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk now about ChamberSouth.
Okay.
So how do you get involved with the group? Even before you became a board member?
Yeah, so like I said, when I first started at RPL International, they really brought me in to be a successor of George, the one that's retiring this year, right?
Okay.
And they liked my personality, the charisma that I have as well. And so they told me, like, hey, we want you to be the face of RPL.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. I love to network. I love to, meet new people. So I thought, hey, let me try and get into some organizations or, something extracurricular that'll help me and the organization, in total, right?
Absolutely.
So I went to a few different Chamber of Commerce for different, organizations.
Right.
The thing that stood out to me with ChamberSouth, which is something I resonate heavy with, is how they brought me in with open arms, how welcoming they were. It's a very family style environment. You know what I mean? It seems like it's boutique, kind of like who we are. You know what I mean? With who RPL is. So that resonated with me a lot. The people extremely kind, like I said, very welcoming, and just willing to help.
Yeah.
I'm a random guy that just came in. This is the first time we meet each other, and you're willing to help me, and that's somebody who I am. So that's another reason why I joined ChamberSouth, is because the people are special.
That's amazing, man. That it's culture fit, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what you have mentioned before.
Definitely.
Tell me, how does it feel like to be the youngest board member? You just took that title away from me, by the way.
It's surreal. I'll be honest with you. It's surreal because it's something that I feel like I worked hard for.
Yeah.
This is my first professional board, right? Yeah. So going through the obstacles of applying, do the interview,
right.
Ensuring the interviewees that I'm the right person for the role. But you know what? I'm very lucky to be in this seat, because I can learn a lot from individuals like yourself, from more of the the board members as well. I've actually sat down with a few board members since being sworn in, and I've learned quite a few things. I see it as wisdom. All the information that I'm intaking, it's all wisdom, because I'm not well versed in this space. This is my first time really being in a real board of directors. So everything that that I feel is just intaking information so I can be of better service to our members in the future, because I do have aspirations to become part of the executive board as well.
Soon enough, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you have the attitude, you have everything it takes.
Thank you.
I mean, you have a great way to carry yourself, and you like to be of service. That's what we do at the board. In reality, we serve our members, we serve the community, and we try to make ourselves available. Going back to that culture that we try to maintain in ChamberSouth. We're delighted to have you in the chamber.
Thank you.
An incredible ad, and I see a bright future for you. I have a couple fun questions for you.
Yeah, talk to
as
me.
we try to wrap up the episode today. A couple rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Awesome. Favorite hobby outside of work? You gotta like something for fun, man.
Yeah, I have a few. So I love sports, like I said. So
What type of sport is your favorite sport?
so I have a Colombian background, so
Okay,
soccer's
soccer.
in my blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Football, I'm a huge Steelers fan. Panthers, I've recently gotten into the Florida Panthers, becoming a fan for them.
Hobbies.
I love it. I love it.
Bro.
Yeah. So now that NFL is over, I have the MLS and the NHL to look forward to. But yeah, I love watching sports. Let me see what else. I wish I could get out more, but traveling is something that is extremely important to me, because I love to really dive into different cultures
Yeah.
and experience that for myself. A lot of people have their own opinions on different cultures and such. So being able to travel there, understand, who these kind of people are, who these types of people are, their food, their how would I say this? They're essentially their
customs, the
culture,
way they
their
do
customs,
things.
exactly.
It's, man, traveling. I have to agree with you, because traveling, it's like a school to me.
Yes.
Every time I immerse myself into the culture, and I come out knowing stuff that I would have never guessed that these people
Exactly.
even did. So I
Exactly.
definitely agree with you on there.
Yeah.
Early bird or not owl? I'm a
I'm a night owl. I'll be an early bird if need be. Sometimes we have some 7:30 a.m. meetings that are they're brutal. But I will go out there because if it's something that's important to me, I'm gonna make time for it. And if I have to go to sleep earlier that day, then I'll do that. You know what I mean? But naturally, I've always been a night owl.
Yeah, me too. I can't wake up early for the life of me.
It's tough. It's tough.
What's one piece of technology you can live without?
Oh,
I know what it is.
the
Mike.
answer is the
Don't
phone,
lie.
obviously. The phone, obviously. But for work reasons, right?
Right.
I was telling you earlier, I'm going on a trip here to Mexico for an all-inclusive.
Right.
And I'm really looking forward to disconnecting. When it's work, when it's life back in Miami, I'm all about connecting and doing all of that stuff. But there are times where you just have to take a step back, and recharge and reset. And I think this trip now is going to help me do that. I'm going to leave my phone in the room pretty much the whole time. And whoever has any, they need to reach out to me, they can contact my girlfriend. But
Right.
I'm really looking forward to disconnecting, because I'm glued to the phone.
Yeah.
That's one piece that I can't live without, because I have my emails, all my contacts, my network, everything in there. So yeah, to answer your question, it's the phone. But I'm looking forward to disconnecting for some time.
I'll tell you a story here now. Have you ever gone cruising?
Yes.
Okay. To me, this is, I don't know. It's so divided, right? Some people love cruising, some people don't.
Yeah.
But for me and my family, we absolutely love cruising. Here's why. Because we have the perfect excuse to say, listen, I'm out there in the sea. I'm not gonna pay for no
Wi-Fi,
or nothing. I'm just coming to shore maybe once or twice
Exactly.
in the entire week, and don't even bother me. It's like I'm going to completely unplug from the world.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go dark, and even if you try to call me, I'm not gonna know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, exactly.
Going back to that point, we're so heavily involved into what we do. We're so heavily committed
Yeah.
and passionate about the work that we do that sometimes we find it hard to unplug,
Disconnect,
right?
yeah.
To disconnect. So having some time to recoup yourself, to unwind, to to relax. It
Yeah.
actually makes you so much more effective upon returning.
100%.
You'll see this time around.
No, I completely agree. I completely agree.
How do we find you?
So you can go on RPL International on Google. You can text me. My number is 786-619-5342 if you need any help.
Oh, that's gonna blow up now, right? We're gonna cut that out.
We also have the RPL International website. You can find us there on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is something that we're extremely proud of. We've been able to grow our LinkedIn network to about 30,000 odd followers.
Amazing.
And that's 100% organic, right?
That's great.
We're now starting to get into the SEO space, the Google Ads space, to bring in more clientele, right, and more opportunities. LinkedIn is something that we're extremely proud of. We post everything on LinkedIn. Yesterday, we actually had a few anniversaries to celebrate, so that's something that you'll see on LinkedIn soon.
That's cool.
LinkedIn is probably the best area for to find us. And I would love to connect with anybody who wants to connect with me. I'm always looking at.
How do we find you directly on social?
So you can find me on LinkedIn, Santiago Martinez, RPL International.
Awesome.
And that's pretty much it.
That's
Yeah.
Good. So now I want to give you some time. We have a couple minutes just before we close out the show, and I just wanted to give you maybe a minute or so. I don't know if you want to share something specifically with the audience, anything coming up, or maybe a call to action. It's your time to do so. Just look at the camera and you can say it if you like.
Yeah. So we're very transparent. We're extremely authentic as well. What you've seen here with me speaking to Alex today is who I am. So what you see is what you get. And I can tell you that, I stepped into this role believing in the value and the mission of this organization. And I know that we're going to do great things and help a lot of people here, and not only in Miami, but South Florida as we grow. Whether you need whether you're looking for an opportunity or whether you're looking to add people onto your team, we're always here to help. Think of us as a consultant, right? We're not only here to help you fill a role, but if you need any help as far as, market trends, what an average salary in Miami looks like, we're always here to help you out, So please feel free to reach out to me. And I really do appreciate this time, Adam.
Oh, of course, man. Listen, my call to action for you, ChamberSouth community, reach out to Santi, reach out to RPL International. If you're looking to hire the best possible talent for your business in order to grow, scale, maximize your impact in this community, he could definitely help you out. Thank you so much for being again here with us in this episode of the ChamberSouth Spotlight. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much, brother. Great having you.
Thank you.